and then you still have to pay the bills, and you still have to work, and you still have to, of course, like anybody else. And so I'm welcoming the period of transition where right now what I do is not necessarily, you know, um, a career that I want to have. I'm not really interested in having any sort of career, to be completely honest. I work because I have to, but I do believe that if I stay long enough with a sort of spaciousness within, I think there is such power in not knowing and in remaining with a question and remaining with a doubt and not letting the mind jump to the sort of organization, planning, controlling that the mind has. You know, the structure and the power of the mind is that. And to remain in the sort of ethereal unknown and be okay with that, then something will come out of that unknown. Something will come out of that stillness within. That will not be my choice. It will be something offered to me as a completely logical and seamless next step. And so I don't know what's next for me, but what I do know is that if I honor that stillness within, it will show up. And in the meantime, I do the work that I can to be able to, you know, buy groceries and be okay. But yeah,
It's not any kind of spiritual work. It's just some sort of job
mm,
that you do
yeah,
online. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I mean, when I was your age, which is what, about 30 or so, I couldn't possibly have imagined, what I would be doing now. I thought maybe I'd be a monk in the Himalayas by now. Um, but, I don't think that was what I was supposed to do. I have friends who were, thinking the same thing, who are actually doing that now, and I don't envy them in the least. I feel like what I'm doing is much more in line with it is what I'm supposed to be doing. And, but I spent years, being a computer consultant, climbing around under people's desks, hooking up wires and, taking their computers apart. And I did search engine optimization for years, helping people sell widgets, um, and stuff which had no intrinsic, profound value, but yeah, like you say, I had to pay the bills. And then the idea to do this came along, and it just kind of the idea wouldn't let go. It was like, this is one thing I absolutely need to do, and then one thing
mm,
led to the next, and it just got all kinds of support. So I'm sure your life will go similarly, in which all kinds of support will come when it's supposed to come.
yes. And I mean, you touch on something that I find fascinating, which is that I profoundly believe that there is we share an inner purpose, which is to awaken. And I think that's collective. That is not just you, me, or a few selected people. I think that the purpose of humanity on this earth is to awaken on an individual and collective level. That is an inner purpose. And I think whatever you do outside in the world will be an expression and a manifestation of the fulfillment and the curiosity given to that inner purpose. And that will be different for everyone, but it will come from a place of wholeness and unity around the devotion to that inner purpose, which is to awaken. Um, However that manifests for each of us is the lottery. Is That's what's so fascinating. Maybe some people just remain in silence, and that is their gift to the world on a very local level, and some people become incredible, you know. But I don't think that matters as much as to get in touch with the true nature of who you are, meaning the true nature of your inner purpose, which is to awaken to who you are.